Jiggy Jaguar, wired for sound from JiggyJaguar.com. Catch him on MySpace.com/JiggyJaguar or email kjagradio@kjagradio.com.
Back here on the big broadcast, we have a very, very talented musician with us. I'm going to go ahead and let him introduce himself. We'll talk a little bit about his music and the upcoming show that you're going to be performing in the great city of Wichita, Kansas. Go ahead and jump in there, my man.
Hey, this is Sonny from the band P.O.D.
Now, talk to me a little bit about P.O.D., man. You guys are going to be swinging through the area very soon. This is going to be a hell of a show. Talk to me about it, man. Coming to Wichita, Kansas, brother.
What's that?
You're going to be coming to Wichita, Kansas, man.
Yeah, man. I can't wait. We head out on the Days Grace and Shinedown tour, and looking forward to that. It's a way to pop off the new year, supporting our new record, and it's probably going to be one of the coolest tours of the early year.
Now, talk to me a little bit about the tour itself. How did you guys get involved with this big Shinedown 3 Days Grace tour that's going to be coming through on March 23rd?
We took a little hiatus, you know what I mean? So we're kind of just back on the grind and opening up for a lot of cool bands. And we did the Upward tour with Shinedown, and so we made some friends. We played with 3 Days Grace in the past, and both bands have kind of come up, in the past few years, and they're doing extremely well. And so they're being extremely gracious and having us come out and be the special guests.
We've got Sonny from P.O.D. with us today here on the big broadcast talking about this big tour coming through. It's going to be at Intrust Bank Arena, March 23rd, Shinedown, 3 Days Grace, and P.O.D. Tickets are $25, $40, $50, and it's going to be an amazing, amazing show Saturday, March 23rd. Now, talk to me about the new album that you guys have got coming out.
Murdered Love is in stores now. It's doing really, really well. Our first single did amazing on radio, so it's kind of introducing the band back into these young whippersnappers. And our second single, Higher, is out, and looks like we'll be busy throughout the rest of the year. Most likely doing some international stuff come this summer, and so we're out there hustling.
We've got Sonny from P.O.D. with us today. He is going to be coming live along with the rest of the guys from P.O.D., along with Shinedown and 3 Days Grace. It's Saturday, March 23rd at Intrust Bank Arena in the great city of Wichita, Kansas. Now, you guys have been doing some amazing stuff. Talk to me about the hiatus and kind of reintroducing P.O.D. to the masses, man.
Yeah, we've been a band for 20 years, We started just independently doing underground stuff, and then when it was time to kind of journey out into the mainstream, we did that. We signed to a major label and did extremely well, sold lots of records. But, like I said, 20 years, you kind of learn the ups and downs of this business, and so for me, I always say this, man, but I'm a daddy and I'm a husband first, and I love my city and my community, and sometimes this industry, it's kind of a facade, and it'll take the best of you if you let it, So I think for me it was more of just a personal decision to kind of come home, because nowadays I just don't think that music is what it used to be, It really is just a business, and there's a lot of fakes out there, so you kind of got to decide, hey, am I still in this for the right reasons? I want to do it, and so I took some time away, and after about almost 4 or 5 years, just starting fresh again.
We've got Sonny from P.O.D. with us today in the big broadcast, March 23rd. They come to Intrust Bank Arena in the great city of Wichita, Kansas, and it's going to be an amazing show, Shinedown, 3 Days Grace, and P.O.D. Now, talk to me a little bit about this record. What is the differences between this new record and some of the material from the past?
I don't think too many differences. I mean, if you listen to our records from 20 years ago, we've always incorporated, from the heavy music to a lot of the breakdowns, and we're big reggae music fans and hip-hop fans and punk rock fans, hardcore, and it's all kind of just in there, I think if anything, we just kind of wrote this record on our own terms, And, you know, taking a little hiatus and break, it just allows you to get away from everything that's out there, you know, from what everybody thinks is cool now, or what, you know, everybody says your band is supposed to sound like. I think, you know, we just jumped into the studio with just us four, and wrote the music that we wanted to, you know, not with no expectations. I mean, obviously you want it to do well, but, you know, you have to enjoy the music that you make and not trying to sound like what you know, whatever is hot at the moment.
We've got Sonny from P.O.D. joining us today here in the big broadcast. Shinedown, 3 Days Grace, P.O.D. March 23rd in the great city of Wichita, Kansas at Intrust Bank Arena. Saturday, March 23rd, as I mentioned, 7 p.m. Tickets are $25 and $40. It's going to be an amazing show. Now, you guys are going to be going on this big show. You're the opening act for a gigantic tour. Talk to me about doing basically being an opening act when really that people... You know, people give opening acts a bad name, but this is a headlining tour, huge show.
Yeah, you know, like I said, it's just us getting, you know, reintroduced to the younger crowds and even the radio crowds. And so, you know, we're used to doing small underground shows to the biggest, you know, of stages. And either way, it's you know, it's what you get when you see P.O.D. You know what I mean? We love having fun. There's a lot of energy. You know, obviously we have a lot of songs out there that people know. And so, you know, it's not like coming and just kind of listening to an opening act, not really knowing who they are. I think that's what makes the package so amazing is, you know, you have 3 Days Grace and Shinedown co-headlining, and then, you know, I think this really is a special guest, you know. So get there early and get ready to rock and roll.
Going to be a good show, man. Now, as we wrap up here with you, talk to me about some of the goals for P.O.D. over this year.
It looks like, I mean, with, you know, the record doing so well, it looks like I said, we'll be pretty much touring the rest of the year. So we've kind of carved out our schedules for that, you know. But it looks like we'll be doing some international stuff, and, you know, with the songs doing as well as they are on the radio, it's just, you know, we have a lot of new opportunities, and, you know, sky's the limit. So we'll definitely be playing a lot of shows this year.
Going to be a heck of a show. P.O.D. and Shinedown, 3 Days Grace in March in Intrust Bank Arena in the great city of Wichita, Kansas. Hope to see you at the show, my friend, and talk to you for the TV show, man. Thanks for joining us today.
Awesome, brother. Thank you so much, man.
Definitely, man. I'll talk to you soon, man. Have a good one.
Okay, you too.
Later.